it puts us in a position where we're not going to force the issue with him because we don't want to harm him. That's not what we want to do. And the issues with law enforcement and suicide together it's a bad mix.
So if somebody is in crisis and I have a court order,
that doesn't give us the constitutional ability to enter his home without cause. We can't just enter his home.
Trying to commit suicide is not a crime.
It's not a crime. There's no crime against killing yourself.
Okay, so I don't need you guys here then. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to make sure you have the appropriate resources to resolve the issue because it seems like we keep getting called out. We have several calls to this house to come assist with the mental health issue.
Yeah.
But law enforcement is not the building blocks to try to get him the help that you were trying to receive. And I unknowingly didn't know you had already received the court order for him to have the mandatory evaluation. But
Level 1.
Yeah, if he won't answer the door, there's nothing.
Yeah, now I've got all you guys here, so you definitely won't come out.
Yeah.
And I was hoping I would have the crisis center here, and then I would go get him. He was going to come out. I just talked to him. I said, "I'm here. Come on out." He wasn't coming out, so I was up to the door to try to get him out. Oh, that's him. Yeah, he's up now. He's gone now. He's back. He's going in the house. Yeah, he won't come out now.
Who's that?
That was my son.
Oh.
Yeah, he's having a
that's
mental
just the hard
breakdown.
thing, and we get these calls a lot, and it's just that misunderstanding that folks, and it's not to you guys your fault. It's just that killing yourself is not a crime because if you kill yourself, what crime do you commit?
Well, he's a disabled individual. He's mentally.
It's still the same thing. It's just there's no crime to be committed because then who do you charge?
Right.
You know, it's more of a.
Well, I didn't want to charge him. What we were doing is I was having the crisis center. The way I had hoped it would work is I could get him out. We would have the crisis center talk with you guys. We could get him in a level 1 facility. I can't get him in a level 1 facility because I don't know. I don't know what people are supposed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is.
The mental health
I have
system
the
is
judge
completely
giving
broken.
me absolute hell to say, here's what you got to jump through this hoop to get to this hoop to get to this hoop so you can have.
The mental health process in Arizona is broken and
Very broken.
It has been since the 60s. There's just nothing, and it's fallen on law enforcement to try to be this wedge between mental health and the families, and that's just not our job. Our name's within the name. It's law enforcement. We enforce the laws, and a lot of times that's why you're seeing we go guilty.
I would say 80% of who you see are the mentally ill.
Yeah, but all we can do is take people to jail, and that's not the position that he needs to go in.
And it's already happened once. He was just walking around and he went to jail for that.
All we do is force a circumstance where we wind up getting in a shooting or something with him, and that's not what we want.
Thank you, and I agree with you 100%. We're on the same team, but
it's just we don't have the resources.
Unfortunately, I have a young man who's got mental problems. The judge gave me power of his being able to put him in a level 1 facility. His psychiatrist wants him on a level 1 facility. He wreaks havoc in that house. The lady that lives there has her own issues with her boyfriend, as you're probably aware. I need my kid out of there and I need him to go to the hospital. So what I was then told was call the crisis center, which I spent literally the entire day doing.
Of course, yeah.
And the crisis center finally said, well, we'll call. I didn't call you, by the way. The crisis center did. They contacted you. So when you were coming at me, I'm like, look, I didn't even call you. The crisis center did.
Understood.
They're the ones who said, go out there, get him out of the house, and we'll send our crisis team, but only law enforcement can force him.
And that's their misleading.
That's where the problem.
That's where their misleading information is that we can't force him out of the house.
Well, see, I was trying to get him out of the house.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to be rude, but I was saying, let me deal with it. We came too fast. I needed to get him out, and then hopefully the crisis center would. I was going to sit in the car with him. When crisis center got here, then we could start the process.
And then the troubling part is that if we don't want to put you in a position where you're standing from the door and somehow he's obtained a weapon and then he starts doing something that is.
Well, see, you've already. It's not for you to make that decision because I'm already in that position.
Well, the thing is,
Once you leave, I'm still in that position.
And that's why I'm sitting here to tell you. My advice is that you don't go back up to the house until he's prepared to leave. If you make a different decision, if you make a different position after I leave, that's completely upon you. You're an adult, but I'm just giving the disclaimer that we're asking you not to go back up to the house due to a potential danger that he has already made these comments. but you're an adult. If you want to make that decision after you leave,
it's not my house, so I can't try to do anything. I have no. I'm really just where you guys are. I can't get him out of there.
Yep.
He's got drug addicts in there with him.
But your son just went in there.
That's he's in that house now with the drug addicts. There's nothing I can do.
Well, the gentleman you just said just walked back is your son, other
Correct.
son?
No, that is my son, but he's in there now with those people. Didn't you see him? He walked in there.
I didn't know you said that was. I'm confused. I thought there was another son that you had.
No, I have one son. You just saw him. He had the wig on. He doesn't look real okay. That's him. So I was hoping to get him to sit in the car with me.
Okay. I apologize. I wish we would have known that was the connection there. So that was a disconnect there for us.
Well, and the problem was the crisis center does not communicate with you guys. They're telling me one thing, you're telling me another thing, and
well, we don't work directly with
gets done.
We don't work with the crisis center. I mean, they'll call us out if there's a potential for danger, but we can't sit here and sit all day on a house because we have limited resources to be able to do things
Correct.
like that.
I understand.
Not saying we don't care about your son or anything like that.
No,
it's just
I understand.
the legalities behind what do we actually have. Do we have
Right.
a crime being committed? No. Okay, if he doesn't want to be bothered, he doesn't want to have any contact with people. The mental health order is a civil matter. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a criminal matter.
Right, but of course, you weren't here for criminal. You were here to assist, I thought, according to the crisis center, to assist them. Because the crisis center said they can't put the hands on Alex. You guys had to do that, but they then would assist him where to go and where to take him.
Yes.
So
and no.
now
Yes and no.
he's just going to run amok,
Yeah.
and there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing. You guys will probably end up killing him because you saw how big he is.
Well, his size has nothing to do about it. It's just,
But he's not okay now. He's
Yeah.
even worse, and now he's got these people doing drugs in the house and giving it to him. They took him to Walmart the other day. They made him buy groceries on his EBT card, and then when he still owed money, they all took off running. And Alex was standing there like the one going, "What do I do?"
Yeah.
It was a big scene with the police. So I'm trying, but I don't have
You're
any.
in a position where there's limited resources.
No, not
You're-
limited, my friend.
None.
Yeah,
None.
there are no
your
resources.
heart is bigger than the resources there are to
Yeah.
help you, and it's difficult.
There's nowhere to
Unless
put.
you have a bunch of money.
And even then, I don't know that there's anything you can do anymore. The whole system, and it's not law enforcement's fault, it's not my fault, but the system is so worried about other issues that this is the true issue.
Yeah, it's the mental health.
When you have all these people with mental health issues, and he's not a drug addict, he is a mentally ill autistic boy who has schizophrenia, and when he doesn't get his medication, all of a sudden these voices, and then what kind of people want to put up with that? Other drug addicts, because he's got money. He has his Social Security money, so he's a perfect target.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to protect my son. I can't.
With no resources.
No resource, no help, and I don't blame law enforcement. I blame the system, because you guys, I respect what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're doing the best you can, and that officer was right when he said we're not a taxi service. So what I did was I called the crisis center. They contacted you. I did not.
No, I 100% understand, and that's the deal with Crisis. Crisis tries to levy a large point of responsibility on law enforcement. It's like, well, that's not our job, guys. And you
think I'm taping? You keep looking at no.
I'm fine. I'm used to getting videotaped. It's totally 100% understand.
Well, you're smart because you have your phone there, and I've been a big advocate saying Pinell County sheriffs need body cams.
It's coming. It's a matter
It's
of
not
time.
coming fast enough,
No.
but I'm a huge advocate.
That time will come.
But meanwhile, carry your phones with you
Yeah.
and use them.
And we record everything, so
Well, you
audio
do.
audio
Unfortunately,
record.
some of your co-workers do not.
Yeah, our policy is not required to have the audio record. I personally have had experiences that.
You are smart.
Yes.
I wish your
learned-
Sergeant Ken Spotter was as smart.
I've learned the hard way, so.
No, you're smart. Because if it's on video,
Mhm. or audio. So
or audio. But yeah, when I first moved here, I was horrified because Mesa has them. Scottsdale has them. I'm like, why does Pinell County not have them?
It's the culture. It's a
well, I was
culture,
told the money.
Yeah, it's the money, but it's
then I was told by other sources no, you have the money, you just haven't gotten the set up.
It's up to the administration that runs the departments and the supervisors. It's not a money thing. It's just a belief in law enforcement that our word is worth its weight in gold.
And it is, but the problem is not all of them are like you. And I'm sorry. You and I both know you got the people, the sheriffs in here who are the little bit wild west. You're a little more seasoned. Obviously, you've been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
But you have some arrogance that needs to calm down. Because you are dealing, unfortunately, with the majority of people with problems. Yeah. And I'm sorry, like I said, I didn't call you because I knew what he had said.
My suggestion is if he does come out and he's being compliant, and I'm not sure how compliant he's going to be with crisis.
He won't now, he'll be hostile. So
yeah, just give us a call if he does come out and crisis is here. He does come out, give us a call, and we can assist with facilitating the court order.
Well, that's what I'd hoped would happen.
But crisis calls us like an hour or 2 hours before. They don't call us when they actually have them.
They should have called once they were here.
Yeah, and once they knock on the door and once they see we're here, it's going to be the same result because now they see law enforcement. Because it's a confrontation now. Now they think they're in trouble. Now they think they're going to arrest them. Now it's all these negative.
That's the problem.
Negative implications.
And then we all start yelling at each other, and it just
nowhere.
spirals.
Yeah, it goes nowhere.
And nobody,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, no one gets anything done.
100%.
So, McElwain.
McElwain, yes, ma'am.
I'm McEwen.
Okay.
So I apologize,
You're
but
fine.
I didn't call you guys.
You don't have to apologize.
Unfortunately,
to me.
I'm never going to get him out of there.
I have 3 kids of my own. I would go the full into the earth like you are for your son, and I would do for my 2 boys and my daughter. So I don't have any judgment.
Yeah, I didn't plan on having an autistic kid who had it later on turn into schizophrenia.
No one
and
does.
now he's very easy target.
You love him the same. So
yeah, because I know the lady in here and her boyfriend do fentanyl all day, all night long.
Yeah. So once the crisis gets here and they need our assistance, and they actually have him out of the house because we can't remove him physically, then just give us a call and we'll go from there. All right.
I appreciate
God bless you.
your time. Thank you.